Well, I'm going to give you a little report on the School in the Clouds project. Well, firstly, for those of you who don't know what the School in the Clouds project is, there used to be, many years ago, some experiments called the hole in the wall, which basically showed that children in groups can learn to use a computer and the internet by themselves. Those experiments led to further experiments which addressed the issue of, well, so what? I mean, what happens after they learn how to use the computer? And what we found is that they can then use the computer to do a whole lot of things, and they could basically answer almost any question that you put to them if they work in groups and if you don't mess around with them, I mean, if you don't pore over their shoulders or something like that.
Yes, he's my cousin.
Yes, he's my cousin.
This kind of unsupervised, self-organized learning went into the schools in northeastern England and became what's called a self-organized learning environment, or a SOLE, S-O-L-E, and is in use all around the world, really.
Name was Paul Cézanne. Cézanne was his second name and Paul was his first name. He was French. He was born in 1839 and he died in 1906.
El mundo se va a terminar porque el mundo va a girar muy rápido y va a haber destrozos naturales. Okay.
You can see lots of them on the TED website. Then came the question of who's going to encourage the children or excite them or generally be with them while they're doing this. And for that purpose, what got created is called the Granny Cloud, which is basically a group of people who are interested in children, not necessarily grannies, whose job is to come over to the children over a medium such as Skype and talk to them.
You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man. Well done, very good. So again,
the soul and the Granny Cloud existed separately and had two different functions. The soul was for answering questions, for playing games together, that sort of thing. The Granny Cloud was for listening to stories and having a general conversation. If you put the soul and the Granny Cloud together into one environment, you have something which is a little bit different from the soul and a little bit different from the Granny Cloud. We gave it the name, the School in the Cloud. So essentially, what these things are like cyber cafes for children, with the possibility of an electronic mediator coming on the wall from somewhere, if that is required. They are essentially without physical teachers, but have a supervisor of some sort who maintains, cleanliness and health and safety and that sort of thing. What will happen in these schools in the cloud? People ask me this very often, and the answer is that I have no clue because I have never built one. So I don't know if my design is right, and I don't know what's going to happen. The purpose of the TED Prize project is to find that out. In order to find this out, we are building 7 of these schools in the cloud. 5 of them are in India and 2 of them are in the United Kingdom. I'll show you approximately where they are, just so that you get an idea of the diversity of these areas. If you take a look at this world map here, 3 of them are somewhere here. There's one in the center and one on the western coast. The two in England are somewhere up here in northeastern England. So one of these is already functional in Killingworth in England and has been working quite well actually, and the children use it a lot. The next few will come online by March, the remotest amongst them being in the Ganges Delta, south of Calcutta. These areas are all chosen to reflect different kinds of society, from the very remote to the rural, to the semi-urban, to the middle-class urban, and eventually to middle-class Britain. We want to see what differences and what similarities there will be in the behavior of children in all of these regions.
Go school by bus. The bus has 4 wheels.
Very good.
It has many windows.
First class. I go to school by bus. Mane ki?
আমি বাসে করে স্কুলে যাই।
Very good. It has many windows. Mane ki?
It has অনেক জানালা।
Janala. So then, what will the school in the cloud produce? Well, as I said, I don't know and I don't want to guess. But I thought for the purpose of this talk that maybe we could make a kind of a wish. We could say, what would it be if you had the kind of world where if you ask the child, do you go to school? He says, I don't know. Think about that.